Many runners have a love-hate relationship with treadmills, but there is no denying that they're great for time efficiency, getting a quality workout done, and avoiding extreme weather conditions. However, over the years, I have seen many mistakes from runners on treadmills. So today, I'm here to make sure you don't make those mistakes too. I have witnessed this mistake many times, and it is very tempting to skip the warm-up. Just because you're on a treadmill, you want to be time efficient, you're indoors, so you already feel that much warmer. But skipping the warm-up can be disastrous. The idea of it is to make sure that you've got your blood flowing, your muscles warm, and it's also going to help you to be able to get the most out of that session. So make sure you do a good thorough warm-up. Another mistake I see and quite often hear is stomping or slapping feet on a treadmill. Now, there's no reason to run any differently just because you're running indoors on a treadmill than you would outside. So take that technique that you normally have and run exactly the same when you come inside. If you are stomping or slapping your feet, you're going to be putting a lot more strain up through your body. So try to remain nice and light on your feet, and you can actually encourage your body to lean slightly further forwards, keeping your chest up but leaning from your hips, and that will find you'll naturally land on the balls of your feet slightly more. And with that, talking about keeping your eye line nice and high, try to avoid staring at the dials which are down below you, because that will encourage poor technique as well. Running on an incline on the treadmill might not have crossed your mind, but it's suggested that having it at a 1% incline will help to replicate the intensity and the feel for the same speed of running outside. And yes, having it at 0% might feel nice, you might feel like you're able to run faster, but if you want to train indoors and then help that to transfer to your outdoor running, it's time to bump it up. Are you that person that does a hard and sweaty workout, jumps off the treadmill and heads straight to the shower? Well, I hope not, because you need to think of the person who's coming on after you. So make sure if you're doing a tough workout, you've got a towel with you, or at least something to wipe the treadmill down thoroughly, so the next user who comes along can at least enjoy a clean treadmill. As well as your towel, it's a good idea to bring a water bottle, because it is going to be warm, so you need to stay hydrated. And you're running indoors, so it's probably a good idea to wear clothes that are a little bit thinner, otherwise you'll find that you're wiping sweat down all day. Now, I know we mentioned that having a bit of an incline on the treadmill is important, but far too often I see people in the gym with the treadmill whacked up to the full incline, holding on to the rails. Now, it's not really going to be doing your technique any good at all, and I know it might feel nice to hold the rails for a little bit of stability, but really you should have the incline at a similar incline to a hill that you'd be doing outside and run the same way as you would then. You might not be able to get a treadmill with the exact view that you want, but I've made the mistake of undervaluing what's in front of your treadmill in the past. And yes, staring at a brick wall might be mentally tough and challenging and make you stronger for your next race, but realistically, it's probably not going to help with your training session. So think about where your treadmill is positioned, and you can even have it in front of a mirror if you want to watch yourself, if that motivates you, or maybe a screen. But if you do have a screen, make sure it's at the right height so you're not going to be straining your neck or changing your gait as a result. Unfortunately, I don't have a treadmill at home, so that means that if I want to run indoors, I have to head to my local gym, which is great, although the playlist isn't necessarily always to my choice. And it's really important to have great music for your workout, because it will help with your motivation and also your overall performance. So instead of relying on the music provided by the gym, why not make a playlist that you know is going to help you get the best out of your workout and go prepared? Another mistake when it comes to treadmill running is running without a purpose or just doing the same thing. And that's not going to be great for your motivation or your fitness. So you want to make sure you mix things up and have a session plan. So whether that's going to be a tough interval session or maybe a recovery run, you'll find you'll get a lot more benefit if you go and run on the treadmill with a reason. And finally, don't jump off the treadmill at full speed. Now, it might be tempting if you've just done a really hard rep and you need a rest, but trust me, it'll probably end in tears. So it's a good idea to try and drop the speed gradually so you can recover. And also, when you do get off the treadmill, you'll find you've probably got slightly wobbly legs, so it takes a moment or two. But if for some reason you do suddenly need to take a break or you're doing intervals, then this is the time you can put your hands on the rails, take your body weight and simply take your feet off and pop them on the side. Now, this video today has not been there to put you off running on a a treadmill, and no one will judge you if you are making any of these mistakes, but it's more here to help you to find more enjoyment running on a treadmill and get more out of your training sessions. So if after this you've still got any questions, just drop those in the comment section below and we'll do our best to answer them. And if you are into using Zwift for running, or you already use it for cycling, you want to know how to use it on a treadmill, you want to know how, well, you can check that video out just down here. And if you want some indoor training secrets from pro Lionel Sanders, well, that video is just here.